Here's the script for the video. Hey guys, have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt like an outsider? Yeah, it's way more common than just being an introvert. The gaming community is basically that. But instead of walls, it's filled with toxic players. So, what happened to make this happen? Well, for starters, the gaming industry is still largely dominated by white men. I mean, we're talking 90% of the dev teams, 80% of the streamers, and even more on team-fighting titles like League of Legends. It's no wonder that when you take a group of mostly white men from different backgrounds and put them in front of a screen, they start to sound like themselves. But here's the thing. This isn't just about gamers being racist or sexist. This is about the culture we've built around gaming. We're talking about the toxic chat rooms, the salty players, the entitled pros who think their $500 gaming rig gives them special rights. It's a culture that says it's okay to be horrible online because you're having fun and just joking. Newsflash, being just joking doesn't make racism funny or sexism okay. But in our community, we've normalized this kind of behavior. We've made it cool to be a jerk, to be dismissive, to be a complete butthole. And the result is a culture war that's spreading like wildfire. Take, for example, the recent controversies surrounding Overwatch's Ana. A skin was released that literally gave white players an advantage over black players. Now, on the surface, this seems like just another case of gaming gone wrong. But when you look deeper, it reveals something much darker. It shows us that our community is so deeply ingrained in racism and microaggressions that we're willing to laugh at them even when they are hurtful. But here's the thing. This isn't just about skin tones or racial stereotypes. This is about how we interact with each other online. We've created a culture where we feel like we can say anything to anyone, no matter how racist or sexist it is. And because our games are so global, we're not just talking to people who share the same background as us. Take, for example, the recent #Gamergate controversy in South Korea. A bunch of white gamers decided to start a harassment campaign against Korean game developers and players just because they didn't like how women were represented in their games. And you know what? It spread like wildfire across the globe. Because we've created a culture where we think it's okay to attack people online because they're not like us. The problem is that our community has become so polarized that we can't even have a conversation about racism without turning into a hate fest. We've made it so hard for people of color to express themselves in gaming that we've created a culture where they feel invisible, or worse, unwelcome. But here's the thing. I don't think this is all bad news. Because when we talk about these issues, we're not just talking about gamers being racist or sexist. We're talking about a deeper problem with our industry and our society as a whole. We're talking about how we treat each other online and offline. So what can we do to change this? For starters, we need to create spaces for people of color in gaming. We need to make sure that our games are inclusive, not just tokenistic. And we need to hold ourselves accountable when we mess up. Because at the end of the day, it's not about being a gamer or an outcast. It's about treating each other with respect and kindness. And let's be real, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We've got a long way to go before we can say that our community is truly inclusive and welcoming. But at least now we're having this conversation, right? Now we can start talking about how we can change. So don't at me with your "it's not that bad" or "you're just chill out." This is a serious issue, guys. And if we want to make gaming a place where everyone feels welcome and included, then we need to get our act together. If that was worth your time, subscribe. New takes on whatever the internet's doing next.